What's up, guys? So the other day something hit me that I really didn't think about until recently. And it's kind of weird and a little bit morbid, but it's legacy, right? What is my legacy going to be? And it kind of hit me. I'm 49 years old. I don't have any kids. My bloodline literally ends with me. And it seems that we have been kind of conditioned as men to want to procreate. We have this, this pressure to have children, regardless of if you realize it or not. When you don't have kids, people think something's wrong with you. Like, why are you not having kids? It's weird. You're not going to be passing down your DNA. And as guys, right, it's like we kind of fail some imaginary test that we were given because we don't have children. And you see some of these guys that have a bunch of kids and it's like, oh, I want my bloodline. And people like Elon Musk, who's got 50 kids, or Nick Cannon, tons of kids. And then you've got Andrew Tate, tons of kids, right? And is it because they want their legacy to sort of, do they want that to be their legacy? Does just having children mean that you've got a great legacy? And then I think about guys like me and other people that really don't have any children. Does that mean your legacy dies? Or is there another kind of metric to gauge legacy on? And so I started kind of thinking about this and going down the rabbit hole and questioning some of my life decisions. And I realized that impact is really, I think, what is going to dictate what your legacy will actually be. Because when I think about it, right, there are a lot of guys that have a ton of kids that are kind of deadbeat dads. They don't take care of their children. They don't see them. All they're leaving behind is animosity and these pissed off kids because their dad wasn't involved. And so when I really boil it down and think about what does legacy mean? Does it mean that, your bloodline continues for a super long time? And do I really care about that? The answer honestly was no. And it also kind of led me down this other rabbit hole of, sometimes life doesn't go as planned or as expected or as your mom or your dad or your brothers or sisters or friends would have for you. It's not their decision though. And so I started thinking a little bit about this idea of impact and what does it actually mean? And how are you as a person going to leave a lasting impact? And I started thinking a little bit about this channel, and that's something that has not been lost on me. When I think about the fact that I have had the opportunity and I have been fortunate to be in your life or to talk to a lot of you guys, millions of guys have watched my videos. And the things that I'm putting out there, I like to think are the lessons that I would have given my son, right? And so when I think about impact, when I think about my life and what it basically represents, I feel like you are my legacy. When I think about all of you, and I think about my videos, and I think about really what I have done with my life and how I have chosen to spend it. Yeah, sure, it wasn't raising 3 kids. But I like to think that it doesn't mean that my legacy dies with me. Big picture, I think that you are my legacy. I think that all of the guys that have lived better lives, that have felt better about themselves, that have started working out, that are dressing better, that are more confident, that saw me be vulnerable, that have sought therapy or whatever it is, I like to think that a lot of you are better because of what I have done. And when I think about it in that capacity, that means that my legacy is monstrous. And even if people aren't speaking my name or saying, oh, it's Alpha M or it's, the name Marino, it doesn't matter. When I think about the impression and the lasting impact that I've left on society and young men, I feel amazing about that. And so the other day I was kind of thinking about this and just kind of going down the rabbit hole, like I said, and I just felt really, really fortunate, if I'm being honest, that I've had the opportunity to talk to you guys over the years. I've had this relationship with you, and I've been able to share things that I feel were important. I like to think that that is my legacy. My DNA might die, fine, or not might, it will die. My last name, nobody's going to have the last name Marino. But it doesn't mean that I didn't do something great while I was here and I had the opportunity. And so I guess I just wanted to share kind of my thought behind legacy and impact and challenge you, each and every one of you, to do something that impacts the world in a positive way, impacts people in a beneficial way. Because if you do that, you are a piece of them. Regardless of if they acknowledge it or not, you are a piece of them. And whatever they do, you are a piece of that success, a piece of that story, and a piece of their legacy. And so I just wanted to say thank you, honestly. I wanted to say thank you for being in my life. Thank you for allowing me to share some of the insights. And thank you for changing my life and being my legacy. And so with that, I just wanted to say thank you. I love you. I think you're amazing. And I hope that each and every one of you do something incredible. And if you decide that your life doesn't involve children, it doesn't mean that you don't live an impactful life or you don't leave a lasting legacy. Just something to think about, something I've been thinking about, and I wanted to share. I love you guys. I think you're amazing. And I am proud to call you a friend. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. See ya.